Elvis Presley, the legendary king of rock and roll, tragically passed away at the age of 42 on August 16, 1977. Born in Tupelo, Mississippi, Elvis Aaron Presley emerged as the second of twin boys and was raised in a modest upbringing filled with love and music. His early exposure to music came from the vibrant gospel tunes of the church, deeply influencing his distinctive musical style. Almost half a century later, news that Elvis Presley's grave has recently been opened is sending shockwaves around the globe once more. It is quite astounding what is revealed when you discover what is within. What might prompt the opening of Elvis Presley's grave? What mysteries do investigators intend to crack? Come explore this extraordinary event with us as we reveal the secrets, lies, and truths that have been kept hidden for so long. When Elvis's mother gave him his first guitar for his 11th birthday, it ignited a passion that would influence his destiny and set him on the path to fame. He was teased because of his differences, but he stood out at L.C. Humes High School thanks to his distinct style and passion for music. Never giving up, he kept honing his craft by taking part in talent events and learning new songs whenever he got the chance. Elvis's breakthrough recordings at Sun Records, which fused gospel, country, and blues, captivated audiences and helped create the new genre of rock and roll, were the beginning of his ascent to fame. His singles topped the Billboard Hot 100 for a total of 80 weeks, and he sold over 1 billion records globally, making him the best-selling solo artist of all time. An incredible 149 songs made it to the Billboard Hot 100. Elvis also enjoyed success in the big screen, appearing in 31 successful box office productions. In his short career, he won 3 Grammy Awards, became a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, and was only 36 years old. A number of music halls of fame, including those for pop, country, rockabilly, rhythm and blues, adult contemporary, and gospel, inducted him as well. Elvis smashed down barriers and created records during his career that are still remembered today. Those close to him were aware of his long-standing need on prescription drugs. To satisfy his desires, he frequently turned to Dr. Nick, his personal physician. Elvis's health had rapidly declined in the time before his death, as seen by his dramatic weight gain and unpredictable live performances. Fans were startled and in amazement by Elvis Presley's untimely demise, which stunned the entire world. The revelation of his passing unlocked secrets, falsehoods, and truths that had been kept for years. The music business and beyond were rocked by the news of Elvis Presley's passing, and fans all across the world held candlelight vigils and expressed their sorrow. Dr. Nick's prescribing procedures became the subject of controversy, which sparked tales of foul play and possible cover-ups. A portrait of a tormented man struggling with addiction, despair, and the demands of celebrity was painted by friends and family. Following Elvis's death, his physician had a turbulent time. He was indicted on 14 counts of prescribing excessive amounts of medication in 1980, had his medical license permanently revoked, and experienced a strange episode in which he was shot in the chest while watching a football game in 1979. The king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, was worthy of a lavish and heartfelt funeral and burial. His famous estate in Memphis, Tennessee, Graceland, is where he was laid to rest. 2 days after his premature death, on August 18, 1977, the ceremony took place. Thousands of loyal admirers flocked to the gates to honor their favorite musical hero. Between 1977 and 1981, a number of Eddie Presley's posthumously released singles made it into the top 10 country hits, marking the continuation of his posthumous career. His famous mansion Graceland became available to the public in 1982 and has since drawn more than 500,000 people annually, ranking as the second most visited property in the country. The National Historic Landmark designation of Graceland in 2006 added to Elvis's cultural value. Presley's career took off after his death, and Forbes magazine often named him the highest-earning celebrity who had passed away. A new CD about Elvis Presley's love of gospel music was released by RCA/Legacy in 2018. In 2022, Baz Luhrmann's biographical film Elvis debuted in theaters, winning both critical and box office praise. Online forums and Elvis communities are abuzz with stories of Elvis's grave being opened and conjectures that he may have staged his own demise. Citing oddities with his tombstone, a purported glimpse of Elvis in the background of an airport scene in the 1990 movie Home Alone, and handwriting research, some contend that Elvis may have staged his death. Experts draw attention to differences between his posthumous and previous signatures, which raise the probability that someone else signed on his behalf in order to preserve the appearance of his death. Even though he was a well-liked public figure, the burial was unexpectedly tiny and discreet. Numerous people have claimed to have had interactions with the legendary Elvis Presley, and his death has long been a source of mystery and conjecture. The first reports of sightings came the day following Elvis's death, when an Elvis impersonator purchased a one-way ticket to Buenos Aires using the identity John Bureau. Numerous rumors were aroused by this incident, and other sightings added to the enigma. A picture purportedly showing Elvis relaxing in his Graceland pool house appeared in late 1977. The identification of the figure is still up for debate, with some people insisting that it is Elvis. With multiple sightings documented, Kalamazoo, Michigan, become a mecca for fans of Elvis Presley in the 1980s. In 1988, Elvis announced he was ready for a comeback via an enigmatic phone call, sparking more rumors regarding his whereabouts. Some people thought Elvis had hidden meanings in his songs. They pointed to tracks like I'll Never Know and Way Down as possible hints. Elvis Presley wearing a white suit on the cover of his album Promised Land was seen as a metaphor for his spiritual development. There have been certain oddities reported about Elvis's death, like the fact that his body was found in an odd position and that his pajama pants were wrapped around his ankles. There are conjectures that the toxicology data were hidden or that the autopsy report was changed. Elvis Presley's life was as colorful as his favorite theatrical clothes. Presumably, he saw faking his death as a daring way out, a fresh start free from the demands of notoriety and unceasing public scrutiny. It could have been tempting to have total privacy away from newspaper headlines and photographers. Another possibility could have been financial independence. One of the longest-lasting legacies is Elvis Presley, whose admirers have raised the bar for celebrity adoration. For many, their dedication goes beyond simply appreciating his music and embodies a whole way of life. Their activities, which range from Graceland trips to competing in tribute shows, are as colorful as Elvis's own stage clothes. Elvis-themed weddings in Las Vegas, where couples can choose to have an Elvis impersonator officiate their ceremony, are one example of the cultural influence of Elvis Presley. Online, aficionados have created virtual communities where they participate in role-playing games as Elvis, exchange rare concert footage, and talk about how much of an impact he has had on their lives. Another popular hobby is gathering memorabilia. Some collectors even set up entire rooms or houses to display their holdings. With tattoo designs ranging from simple to intricate, the history of Elvis fan tattoos pays enduring tribute to the king of rock and roll. Sally A. Hodel wrote a book titled Elvis, Destined to Die Young, which included information about the late icon's medical background and the causes of his untimely demise. Hodel gained access to previously unreleased documents and conducted interviews with people who knew and were friends with Presley. From September 10 to September 17, 2022, she went to a number of memorial services for him in Memphis and the UK for the Strictly Elvis Festival. Hodel described Presley's chronic discomfort from degenerative problems in his neck and back brought on by severe arthritis, as well as other maladies, including eye pain. Beyond the health problems associated with his colon, liver, and medications, Presley was aware of his grave health difficulties. In addition to using drugs to manage his discomfort, he also needed them to function on difficult tours, especially since touring is so hard. Hodel highlighted the historical context of Elvis's predicament, emphasizing that in 1956, the addictive potential of pharmaceuticals was not fully understood. Presley struggled with sleeplessness by the 1970s and required high dosages of medicine to fall asleep. Presley's will to tour continued despite his failing health, as demonstrated by his 30 days of non-stop double performances in Vegas, for a total of 60 gigs. When Presley's immune system failed and he began to experience fevers and flu-like symptoms frequently, some began to doubt why he was taking medicine. Evidence repeatedly points to his battle with infections. On May 20, the year of his death, he was on his fourth tour, and many who knew him expressed worries about the strain of his demanding schedule and the degree of his physical pain. Elvis's manager, Colonel Tom Parker, allegedly stressed that what mattered most was that Elvis be on stage every night. Elvis's health rapidly declined, and he gained 25 stone from being cooped up in his bedroom and eating junk food for an extended period of time. His health became so bad in 1975 that he required a full-time nurse and developed blisters from not washing his hands. Upon post-mortem inspection, chronic constipation resulting from a poor diet was discovered. There was an autopsy, but the family didn't disclose the results, which led to a lot of conjecture about what might have killed him. When the investigation was revived in 1994, Coroner Joseph Davis disagreed with the belief held by some that it was the result of a drug overdose. So viewers, for the next update please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.